Hey, my name is Sofia Wren of SofiaWren.com, and today I want to share with you this awesome thing that I've discovered, and it's been changing my life all over the place for the last month. I've been having breakthroughs in creativity and my ability to sing in front of people and in my writing. So I've been churning out pages and pages, and I have been also doubling my money coming in. So this has been huge breakthrough all around, and I'm going to tell you how you can get started. Great. So my name is Sofia Wren. If you don't know me, I work with mostly sensitive and passionate women who are feeling overwhelmed about what's going on in their business or their life or their creativity, and they want to push through because there's something really missing for them. I help to show them how to always know what to do by following their intuition, and also to bust through the limits on their creativity and their money so that way they can make more than their family did or they did at other jobs where they hated it, but instead be making great money doing what they want to be doing so they have extra to spend on fun things and extra time to spend with the people that they love. So I love this, and I'm going to start helping you right now. So yeah, have you ever had a writer's block or a goal that's been on your to-do list for a really long time or your bucket list for years and you're just not doing it? I give an example of me. Writing is a big one for me because I have a number of manuscripts and I just never quite get them totally finished to the publishing point. And they do take time, so I haven't completely finished it, but I have gotten drafts together this month and sent them off to people of like the complete books. And that's been something I've had a really hard time pushing through to doing for some reason. Also for me, singing, I've also had a huge fear of singing, but I have huge desire to do it at the same time. So that's been, and then being in business 2.5 years, having a double month breakthrough now is so rewarding after all of this hard work. So maybe you are finding that in your creativity you're blocked when it comes to really getting the completed work out or feeling satisfied with it, or maybe this has to do with, get finding that house that you want, or you just for some reason the money comes in and out or it just doesn't fully come through and you're like, why is that? Or why is this not ever happening? Even when you're doing work on it, even when you have the desire, maybe you're not even able to get started because you're procrastinating or just the overwhelm kicks in and you can't do it. For whatever reason, today I'm going to use the example of writing because writers, we have up and down cycles of writing all the time, and it's great to kind of clear the flow, but you can insert your own language in this video and use it for the goal that you're working on right now that you would really like to break through on. Okay, cool. All right, too. So yeah, so like I mentioned, I've been struggling with my voice for a long time. I guess just really feeling like I have a musical instrument is what I used this for originally. And I did this process on mastering musical instrument. I've grown up in a family of musicians, and my dad plays like 6 to 10 instruments on any given day. And so there's always a lot of pressure around that. And sometimes when we have a lot of pressure on a goal, like I've also been for years saying, this is the year I'm going to publish a book. This is the year I'm going to publish a book. Sometimes we have a lot of pressure. I mean, financial stuff, there's always a lot of pressure there, right? When we have a lot of pressure behind the goal, it actually makes it harder for us to get the goal. So if you think about asking out a girl who you have a huge crush on or guy, and is that easy? No. But asking like a friend that like it's just like a little casual thing, just like, oh yeah, I don't really care if you say yes or no. I mean, do you want to go? It's a piece of cake. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. It's because it's the pressure, and it's actually what Margaret Lynch calls a secret agenda. And I got this process from her book, Tapping into Wealth, as applied to money. And I just thought like, well, hey, what I really want to do is I want to like sing and I want to write a book. So why don't I do that for this too? And I did. And literally the day after I did this process on mastering a musical instrument, I was at this conference and I just made a video about this, like last week, released that, about how I sang in front of a conference of 140 people. And I got so many good words about it for days. And I really felt like I had mastered it. So it just came through very quickly because I had all this emotional baggage around my goals, and it made me realize that I should really do this for like every single thing I want to do ever that I have trouble with. And I really do it a lot now, and I've been using it with my clients. But I figured that there's so much to do on this that I could really get you started with your more important goals now. And just so you know, like for me, for the writing, I've had to do this multiple times. And so don't feel disheartened if you still feel like there's some to go after you get this process, or you just get the awareness of how much you really had in your secret agenda for doing this thing. So just bear with me. But so yeah, so so what we have is we have this old view of like, well, on my face, I just want to get this one goal done. But the real reality of it is that we actually have a secret agenda for doing almost everything, a lot of us, because it has to do with how people are going to see us after we complete that, how we are going to see ourselves, what kind of things we're going to get to have, and what are we going to get to do. And then, there were some critics from our past that probably will see us differently if we achieve that goal as well. And all those things are subconsciously motivational factors. And the thing is that having more motivation to do stuff when it's that heavy and that intense and that important actually doesn't make it easier to do the thing. If it was a lot low risk, then it would be easier for us to do stuff because we wouldn't have to worry about being perfect, and we could make more mistakes in the process, and we'd learn a lot faster. Little kids learn languages like way fast because they don't care about making mistakes. So the less that we can have this emotional burden on us to get things done, the easier it's going to be for us. And it's going to be way more enjoyable of a process also. Cool. So the solution is doing some special process that is just for this, for illuminating these agendas, and we can actually get rid of them using EFT or acupressure, emotional freedom technique. We use this acupressure points on the face to bring emotions to neutral. So if it's a fear or anxiety, we'll bring it to neutral, and that way it clears us to go do all of those great things. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get clear on what we have. So you're going to want to get a piece of paper, and on this piece of paper, you're going to write on the top of it your goal. If you need some help figuring out your goals, that's a huge subject. I'd be happy to talk to you. I'll be at the end mentioning how you can reach me to talk more about goals and what you're working on and get more help. But just for now, pick something and put it at the top. I'm going to say publishing or writing a book. Okay. So now we're going to say, when I finally do blah, 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 I'm going to say finish editing my book. Okay. Right now I'm working on a book called From Girl to Goddess. When I finally finish editing my book, I will be, it's the first sentence to complete. So just free write, you can pause this video if you want, just free write all the things that you will be once you complete your project. I will be smart. I will be respected. You do some for me. I will be awesome. I will be famous. I will be world class. I'll be renowned. I will be admirable. I will be loved. I'll be accepted. I will be included. I will be welcomed and invited. And I will be rich and popular. Okay, now, next section. Remember, you can pause the video anytime. What will you have when you get this goal? I will have lots of money. Remember, you can steal mine, but make sure you put your own words on this because they'll be way more powerful. I have lots of money. I will have lots of friends. When I finally have this, I will satisfaction, self-respect, kudos, pats on the back, hugs, raving fans, a crowd to listen to me, influence, private jets, parties, VIP concert tickets, and so on. Final area. What will I prove to blank? I like to call this the prove to be words section. What are you going to prove to be words? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube. I would totally just say it. But yeah, what are you going to prove to people? I mean, we all have those people. We have those people who drive us crazy with the things that they said or they say or they expect or that they think about us, and it drives us friggin' insane. And sometimes we just want to punch them, and sometimes we just want them to love us the way we are, but they don't for whatever reason. They're critical or something. Those are the people that we're trying to prove. Sometimes it's like everybody. I'll prove to everybody. But just pick a couple, you can stop this, you can do a bunch, you can stop this or just pick one. Whatever you want to do. What are you going to prove to a critic or somebody that you just got to prove something to by doing this goal? When I finally finish editing my book, I will prove, I'm going to say, this will make sense because I'm making a new video about this too. I'm going to prove to everyone in high school, everyone I went to high school with, that I was always cool. And they missed out. They missed out. They should have been more friendly. It's totally true. I'm not making this stuff up. Those jerks. Screw them. Rah, 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 rah. Okay, you can stop and complete this whole thing out. Flesh it out more. The more stuff you got, the better it is. For big heavy stuff, you might need to do this a couple times. That's okay. Alright, you ready? We're gonna start tabbing. So if you didn't know about emotional freedom techniques, I'm not gonna do a big explanation now. We're just gonna jump into it and do it. And okay, so what I do is I just run through the points and just read all of the stuff. But first off, I want you to just look at everything. Look at everything you put on that page. Just see how that's a lot of stuff. Okay? Do you see how that's like a huge platter full of benefits, and it's like being a waiter and you have this huge heavy load and you're like bouncing on your head and you're like, if I can only make it over there, like people will like me, and oh no, it's so heavy. Ah! And that's what it's like to have this goal, this secret agenda on your head with all these goals, and it does not help you to succeed. It does not help kids to succeed to have lots of pressure on them. It doesn't. It just makes them crazy. And like high performing depressed people, I know because I was an honor student forever. And I was secretly depressed the whole time. Okay. Alright. We don't want you to just get your goal. We want you to have fun while you do it. And all of this is not fun, really. It's like, would you tell a 5-year-old, you have to get this goal? Because I need you to be smart and respected and awesome and famous and world-class and renowned. If you don't do that goal, then you can't have any of it. So perform. That would not help. That would really not help. So please just take a moment and just like read over this again and like just have some compassion for yourself for having it be hard to get your goal. And forever as long as it's taken you, just be kind to yourself in this moment and just be like, I understand. I get myself. I make sense. I'm not a failure. I am not lame. I'm not weak. Whatever you say to yourself sometimes, like I'm not just a procrastination machine. Like I have legitimate reasons why this has been a struggle. Okay, I have legitimate reasons why, and it has been behind my eyes before. It has been in my shadow, and now I see it. And just make a commitment to yourself that you are gonna go meet those needs in other ways somehow. Like you're gonna work on this so that way this isn't the only way you can ever achieve any of this stuff. Okay, so like just That's step one. Okay, all right. So now we're gonna do some tapping. We're gonna get tappy. And I hope you like that pun. So we're gonna go ahead and start. So I will be pressing the points on my face. If you're not familiar with tapping points, I'm gonna get really close to you. Then just try to copy me, monkey see, monkey do kind of thing. Okay? All right. So again, it's like end of the eyebrow, other side of the eyebrow, under here. If you're wearing glasses, you don't want to take them off. Then you do here and here, parts of your ear. Feel kind of soft. Feels kind of weird. That's the spot. Okay. Under the eye, under the nose, under the chin, and then right kind of like diagonal from your pointy collarbone. Okay? Go. All right. When I finally finish blah, 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 blah. When I finally finish editing my book. So I'm going to insert my own words. You're going to get the gist and you're going to use your words. If not now, then after I do it, you're going to pause and do it. Okay? Just read everything you wrote. Got it. Cool. When I finally finish editing my book, I will finally be smart. I will finally be respected. I will finally be awesome. I'll finally be famous. I'll finally be world class. I'll finally be liked. I'll finally be renowned. I'll finally be admirable. I'll finally be loved. Finally be accepted. I'll finally be included. I'll finally be welcomed and invited. I'll finally be rich, and I'll finally be popular. Sometimes as you do this, you come up with new words. Totally awesome to just kind of go stream of consciousness. But I recommend having some record because if you have an awesome result, you're going to want to know what the heck you did to yourself. Okay. Next section. When I finally blah, 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 when I finally finish editing my book, I will have lots of money. I have lots of friends. Lots of satisfaction. I have so much self-respect. I don't know what I said here. Oh, I will get kudos. I will have pats on the back. I will have people say good job. I will have hugs. I have handshakes. I will have kisses on the cheek. I will have raving fans. I will have a crowd to listen to me. I will have influence. I will have private jets and champagne and parties where famous people come. I'll have VIP tickets to concerts. Pause and continue if you wish. Now we come to the prove to be section. When I finally finish editing my book, I will finally prove to everyone in high school and middle school that I was so cool the entire time, and they missed out. They missed out. The more emotion you can put in this, the better. They should have been more friendly. They should have been nicer to me. I was awesome the whole time. And I will finally prove it when I finish this book. Those jerks. Screw them. Ah! That's how I feel, yo. Alright, so go ahead and pause this video. Do your own thing. So, I've done this a bunch of times, and it's funny now as a very different what I would say to finishing a book than I did 2 months ago when I started to work on this. It really can be extremely eye-opening process. And what I found from doing this is that it really helps to get clear about what is your real goal? What is your real dream? And really allowing yourself to actually dream for that instead of just the one little tiny thing. Because when you start to get open about it, you start to realize that there are other avenues to that feeling. You know, for me, and for instance, the whole prove to high school thing, like, I can work with myself to get more secure about that, to do my own healing about that. I don't necessarily need to spend years on a book and publish a bunch of words that maybe they don't even read to feel like that. And then the thing is that if that is really an unconscious factor, I might never actually get what I want because I'm putting it off for so long. And it might need even be a logical way to get that. Um, I don't even know if I want people to read my book from high school. Like, I don't really care that much. I just want them to think I'm cool. That's okay. It's fine. But do you see what I mean? I'd love for you to leave a comment if you find this helpful, if you have any breakthroughs in clarity or in what you really want. Another thing that I like to do with tapping is I like to tap with affirmations. So that means I like to go and just be like, I am smart. I am respected. I am awesome. I am famous. I am world class. I'm renowned. I'm respected and admirable and loved. And everything you just put on here, you can make that a right now feeling by tapping that into your system. So these are some really great ways for you to immediately start to use EFT or tapping acupressure to change your life today and achieve your goals more easily and better. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be better. All right. Well, I hope that you enjoy this. And please subscribe to this channel if you like this because I have lots more tips coming and scripts and all kinds of things. I get so many ideas and resources coming my way that I barely have time to share it all. So please stay tuned. And if you found this really intriguing and you'd like to learn some more about how to use EFT to help you to bust through the limits on your money, have a better connection to your intuition so you always know what to do next, and to have somebody to help hold your hand through using these different kind of resources and tools, I would be happy to speak to you and help you get more clarity in a free strategy session. All you have to do is go to www.sofiawren.com /strategy and we can talk. So you might be feeling a little loopy after the acupressure, and that's normal. So go ahead and get some water, take some deep breaths, ground, and go to sofiawren.com/strategy if you'd like to talk. Make sure to subscribe and leave me a comment about your breakthroughs. All right. Well, you have a good one from Sofia Wren.